Hey YouTube, doing a video of a 2020 Jeep Gladiator steering dampener replacement. I put a Fox steering dampener in it. The factory steering on the JLs that I test drove and then this JT Gladiator that I purchased is pretty terrible compared to 5 JKs I've owned and 2 JTs. So I think they say that it has electronic steering. I think they need to tweak it a bit because it's just, I don't know, it just tends to be all over the road. Steering's very light. You point it in a direction and then it wanders in another direction, and the steering wheel, as others have complained, is kind of dead between, I'd say, 8 and 4 o'clock. So you're holding the wheel, let's say this position of the wheel's at 9. This is 3. Generally, as you can see on this angle, you can move it back and forth and it doesn't really move the car. But what I noticed the Fox dampener does, it'll actually hold the wheel now, and it allows the vehicle to track as opposed to wandering, and what I thought before was like oversteering. So, whereas before you'd constantly have to move the wheel between, let's say, 8 and 4 o'clock just to get it to point straight, it seems like the Fox dampener kind of keeps the steering path more locked in. And aside from that, I mean, it tightens it up a bit, which I think helps. Also, airing down the tires helps. So the stock pressure in the tires when I picked it up from the dealer had to be around 41. So I aired it down to the recommended 36, and that made a dramatic improvement. At 41, the thing was literally all over the road, meaning you just had to constantly input direction in the steering wheel to get the thing to just stay between the lines. It was pretty unbearable. I was really kind of upset with the purchase, to be quite honest. And then I figured, let me just see what's out there on YouTube. A lot of people complain about the same thing, and some of the comments in the threads were to just air down the tires to 35, 36, and you'll see an improvement. I did. The steering dampener improved it a bit more, and I think I'm happy with it now. I mean, it's still not as good as a stock JK for reasons that I just don't get. Why, with a newer iteration of a vehicle, the steering, for some reason, has gone backwards. But, we'll see how it goes. If it stays like this, where I'm kind of satisfied with it, I'll leave it as is. The next step would be, I think Synergy makes a steering bracket that reinforces or braces the steering box mount, and I think it's one of the tie rods, and I've read online that further kind of reinforces it, more so I think with lifted vehicles or vehicles with oversized aftermarket tires. My truck's stock. I call Synergy, and they said that you can in fact fit the steering reinforcement bracket that they make on a stock Jeep, JL and JT, providing that there's a minimum of 2 inches between the bump stop and the axle, which in my case there happens to be a lot, probably say 4.5 minimum. So if it loosens up at all, I'll probably go that route and replace the bracket. But again, I just wanted to kind of demonstrate how the wheel kind of stays more dialed in and doesn't require as frequent redirects just to get the vehicle to go straight. So I'll try to demo that real quick going down this hill. But like, as you see, you can actually take your hand off the wheel a little bit, and it just kind of stays pointed right between 8 and 4, whereas before, like, literally you'd be going this way and then you'd be going this way, and then you'd have to go this way just to get it to track straight. So I don't know why the dampener or how it can improve it to that extent, but seems to have done its job. I think it was 150. Took more time to get the tools out and put the truck up on ramps and the jack stands that it did to replace. It was maybe a 5-minute swap out once everything was kind of set. Very easy install, 18 millimeter bolt on each side, and it was in and out. So thanks for watching.